You can begin to see it there, stretching out into the ocean. It's really weird to think that for the local kids of Tijuana, I mean, this is like their beach, you know, this is where they hang out. They're just living with that symbol, which has been discussed so many times by so many politicians and has been the subject of so much debate and so much anger and so much sadness. And it's just right there, right behind us, right behind the kids building their sandcastles, the couples drinking their beers and their micheladas. The distance is nothing. I love you. Messages left by Mexicans on this side of the wall. There's actually a second stretch of wall over there, which is why people are allowed to go right up and put their hands through. But I don't see any, like that might just be a military zone on the other side. I don't see any tourists over there. I don't see any people of San Diego hanging out at the beach. But what I do know is that when you look out at the water, the ocean doesn't know what a wall is. The ocean just continues to flow on both sides. You see seagulls flying over top. You see the seagulls. They don't know what a wall is. The sun doesn't know what a wall is. The only one who seems to know what a wall is us humans. We've been building them for thousands of years, keeping each other divided, telling each other that we live over here, you live over there. We're the good ones, you're the bad ones. Something about humans make us think this way. But I've been on both sides of the wall, my friends. I've traveled through Mexico, I've traveled through the United States, and I've met great people on both sides. I'll tell you one thing, I am the only gringo here. Very aware of this fact in this moment because so much of the wall is about racial identity. And if you look at the deportations that's happening in the United States at this moment, I read an internet comment where someone said, yeah, I don't think there's a lot of Irish people in Irish pubs who are getting deported from the United States right now for overstaying their visas.
No, I grew up in LA. I ain't got no choice because I got deported.
¿No te gusta Tijuana?
I don't like it, but I don't got no choice.
You want to go back to LA if possible?
No, not no more. I've been out here 25 years now.
25 years?
Yeah, so I'm used to it.
Wow, wow.
But I just come to work every day.
What do you miss about the United States?
In-N-Out burgers.
It's los Mexicanos, the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, the people from Honduras and El Salvador, who for the most part are being sent back to their homelands. It's hard to overlook the racial element of that. And as this powerful piece of artwork in front of me indicates, showing a heart with both the American and the Mexican flag united together, there are millions of people who identify as both Mexican and American. And it's these people who have seen their communities shook up by the wave of deportations. And I think whatever your political view, whether you're someone who completely disagrees with what's happening and thinks it's the worst thing in modern history, or if you're someone who thinks, well, you know what, we need secure borders, someone needed to do something and Trump's just the one who's finally doing it. those debates will continue on and on and on until the end of time. But I think as human beings, especially when we're somewhere like this, we can take a moment to acknowledge the fundamental sameness that we all have. The fact that underneath all the politics and all the nonsense that the politicians tell us, we are the same. Most people anywhere in the world are good people. This is true of my country, Canada. This is true of the United States. This is true of Mexico. This is true of the fine people of Tijuana. And coming here to the wall is a powerful reminder. I must say, I do think the city of Tijuana and the government of Mexico could do more to make this a really accessible tourist destination, because obviously the waterfront is a mess right now with the construction. This area is a place that a lot of foreigners like myself would be interested to visit, but I think it has to be built up a little bit more, and it could really be a popular place. As it is, I still recommend coming here, but as you can see, like I'm the only gringo here today. Like I only see Mexicans, and you know, there could be Mexican Americans here, of course, but yeah, still a off the beaten path city for most people, Tijuana. You know, you can imagine a world where this boardwalk would be just full of tourists from the United States and all over here in Tijuana, discovering about Mexican culture, trying local foods, buying souvenirs. There's plenty of shops, plenty of restaurants, but the question is, what would it take to make that happen? Well, my friends, I found a coffee shop at last. It's called Noble Cafe. Let's take a little sit and think about Tijuana. Buenas tardes. As I leave this cafe behind, another mostly empty place in what feels like a mostly empty part of Tijuana, I can't help feel that Tijuana is a story of missed potential, a story of a city that could be really fascinating for people to visit, but for various reasons is not quite there. It does feel like something is missing to make it a more popular tourist destination.